Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the final block of the second day of the Paris Grand Slam here. And what a weekend of judo it has been. We're coming up shortly to the bronze medal matches. We are covering the bronze medal with Anton Valofortier of Canada in the white gi and Equidze of Portugal in blue. Now this is going to be a really tough battle for this bronze medal. Both have had an extremely tough rounds throughout the day to get to this ultimate time, the last opportunity to get on the podium and have a medal wrapped around their neck. Well, just got to hold on for a few more minutes to see how that's all going to pan out. With me, I'm Loretta Cusack-Doyle, and working alongside is Dennis van der Geest from the Netherlands. Did you have a good rest with the final block? Did you eventually calm down? There was some hair-raising moments, wasn't there, in that first block?
Well, and of course, it's one of the Grand Slams that's only on 2 days. So it's a lot of judo, but we've seen some spectacular things today. And looking forward to this final block. So here we are, the first bronze medal contest for men under 81 kilograms.
Well, Valofortier there in the white gi, drawing down that right hand onto the shoulder. Looking actually quite strong and a little bit taller than his opponent, but trying to tuck in that elbow alongside and the inside of his opponent's left side. Just showing that right leg as he switched through. Tatami was a nice move there.
Yeah, for me he's the favorite in this bronze medal contest, but today we've seen a few favorites that didn't make it.
The mighty have fallen, haven't they, on a few occasions throughout the day that has left us flabbergasted, as I could say. But Valofortier is one of these athletes that we see repeatedly performing well and getting stronger each time he's on this world tour. Third in the World Championships last year. Definitely a contender for a result at the Olympics if he continues in the progress that he's making throughout the past couple of years. Equidze from Portugal.
Yes, and Valofortier knows how it feels to win a medal at the Olympics. Already a bronze medal in his pocket. It's Equidze with a bit of a defense stance, but still, of course, out of this position, managed to make a good attack.
Equidze's got some nice footwork. He has that little sasai that we see now and again, and he does manage to break the balance of most of his opponents on that. But it's that little finishing touch that he just seems to lose on at the latter stage of the entry. Being slightly shorter than his opponent, he doesn't look like he's in much control at this.
But he gets the Judo now for his defense stance, but you can feel that he's waiting for Valofortier to come with a Uchimata and to counter him. So that's why Valofortier also chooses to make the Sumigeshi for the second time. He doesn't want to make a big hip throw because he feels that that he's in danger then.
Well, I think the big message is the grip that he has. When you see the grip, the elbow's tucked up. So it's that sort of leverage of pulling down and switching direct up. He'd lose the power really in the entry of the Uchimata if it stayed up in the air. So that sort of gives you that indication in which direction he's going. And the Tatami waza is always that strong, powerful move.
Another Judo for Equidze, and he has to do something now. Absolutely did not make one big move. Valofortier really dominating this fight. And straight, yeah.
Had an opportunity there in the Niwaza, didn't he? And he's still not letting up. He's working his way down in the ground, trying to get his opponent turned over. Looks comfortable out there, doesn't he? And in control of this contest.
Yeah, but he still feels the danger of the Portuguese.
The high collar grip and the lapel simultaneously works. Steps across for the Tayatoshi.
Yeah, so all the attacks Voila Fortier makes are without big risk. Here he does it again. And well, if this is his tactic to win this bronze medal, then it's okay, because Ekotice is only waiting for this one moment that Voila Fortier will make the Uchimata or throws his right leg in, so he can try to counter him. He needs to do a little bit more now.
Well, with just seconds remaining, it looks like this contest could go into golden score. But with 2 Shidos on the board, it's not looking so good for the Portuguese.
Well, this was the first bigger attack from Ekotice.
Well, this is the first time I've seen Voila Fortier taking second best on the grip, and there was a great attack there with the Tayatoshi working his way through for a Makikomi.
Yeah, but it also went to a Makikomi because Voila Fortier is a lot taller, really long arms, so it's really difficult to turn him over. Now Ekotice battles himself a little bit into the body of the Canadian, trying to get a little bit closer.
Nice.
You see, this is where he's afraid for Voila Fortier. You saw one time he puts his hip in, you already saw the hand of Ekotice on his back.
There was a little sense of danger there, wasn't there, for a moment.
And if you see the name Ekotice, okay, he's for Portugal, but I think he has a little bit of Georgian...
yeah, he looks a little bit Georgian.
Georgian DNA, so they're quite good in counter-attacking.
Yeah, they do like the odd uranagi, don't they? Voila Fortier with the long arms reaches over the top there, that right hand on the shoulder.
Yeah, and as he has the right hand, you see directly he just
stabs across with that Tayatoshi, but like you say, not a major commitment with it, because he doesn't really want to turn his back completely.
Oh.
Whoa! Well, he did a little bit of a riding lesson there.
The Portuguese is battling himself a little bit back into this bronze medal contest. And he has no other chance also with 2 Shidos on the board. He has to.
Well, it's definitely keeping him on his toes, having those 2 Shidos. The
Here's
Uchimata.
Uchimata.
Oh, nice. It was in deep, but he lost that sleeve grip. Allowing Ekotice to put the hand down and block right at the last stage of the Uchimata.
That was a bad attempt. He's getting the benefit of the doubt.
Again, towering over the Portuguese. He steps across once more, but that was a very poor Tayatoshi. Very, very poor. Sutemiwaza once more.
Yeah, but these are only attacks to get this third Judo on the board.
Oh. Well, I think he did that once. He got away with it. He's done it a second time. I really can't see him getting away with it this time.
And here it is.
Well, he definitely has lost the plot now. He's very upset with that, but...
Well, for Voila Fortier, I think it was as planned. This was his plan. He didn't want to take too much risk. Well, now Egotice is not going to shake hands.
Well, he doesn't have to in the rules. He doesn't have to, but...
No, okay, but... As if it's Voila Fortier's fault that he made a few attempts like this. The only one he can blame, yeah, he wants to blame maybe the referee, or he wants to blame his opponent. He has to blame himself.
Exactly. Voila Fortier played a good match there, a very tactical match. He just did enough to stay in front. He put a few of those Tatami wazas that every time got his opponent moving. Strong, positive attacks.
Yeah, and of course, you know, if you see the way he was attacking, it was not like with the full commitment to throw his opponent. He knew that maybe that was not possible, but he was the only one who was really trying.
Each time, very strong gripping style as well from Voila Fortier. As you can see there, that grip right on the shoulder, sleeve, good control. Nice entry, but like you say, there wasn't a full commitment, but there was a lot of work being put in there to keep him in front every time.
And Voila Fortier just knew that if he would do this all the time, that eventually he would win the bronze medal, and so he did.
And that was definitely a good win, and the medal goes back to Canada on the neck of Voila Fortier.
can see the highlights of this final on the screen. Si on s'écran les ralentis de cette finale. Representing Uzbekistan, Sharafidin Guldaboyev takes the silver medal.
Well, here we come to the bronze medal match of the under 70 kilos, and we have Hal representing Great Britain, world number 18, and world ranked number 19 is Timo. This will be quite an interesting match. Both athletes have had an extremely good year in 2019, picking up a bag full of medals, and Timo, world silver medalist last year. Hal had a streak of successes with winning gold in Zagreb, in Budapest, and a bronze medal in Brazil. Both will battle away here for that bronze medal. Timo will be trying to repeat a performance from last year, where she was a bronze medalist here in Paris. Here the athletes are raring to go. Hal in white, Timo in blue. Oh, what a start there for Timo. Cracking Sianagi.
Really fast, two hands on the sleeve.
It looked like Gemma used her face to stop herself from going over. Hit that Tatami very hard in that first exchange. Now looks for the Sianagi herself. Tries to dig under the arm. Control that side and then switch through for a forward technique.
Yeah, but no upwards power, only tearing
Grappling.
Timo down to the ground.
Also Tagari there, just lost the upper body control.
It's nice to see something else. We saw like 5 Seonages in 1 minute. From both players.
Both athletes working off the sleeve there. Howell coming over the top.
Yeah, they both want to have the same lapel, so that's why they are both trying to control that arm. But that ends up in, yeah, a kumikata fight with both hands on the sleeves. It's difficult to throw from that situation. Of course, sometimes you see big sodas out of it, but if you keep your arms really low and really down, and that's what they do, it will be difficult to make a good forward attack.
Hal working off that lapel now. Comes across, but as you can see, she's coming across, but without actually having any grip at all other than the lapel. It was a little bit untidy there. Tries over the top now. It's deep onto the belt. Comes into the Makikomi, tries to get the rotation, gets caught up there in the Niwaza, but still perseveres on that arm, gets a nice turnover. She's looking for the arm lock as well. Now, Howell is very strong in her ground. She knows what she's trying to do. Whether she continue, well, the referee obviously feels like she's lost a bit of control there.
Yeah, the leg was trapped also, so was stuck, so it was impossible for her to roll her over.
1.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Timo picks up a Judo.
But they're really close to each other. Eh? Like
very, very similar in style, aren't they? Both like the sleeve grips. She comes over deep, very gutsy. Digging in so high and deep there, isn't it? Very dangerous. Once again, works from the sleeves. Timo comes in with the Ouchigari. How?
Yeah, it's Timo that wants to grab at first in the kumikata, and then directly it's Howell that breaks the grip, pushes the arms down, and that's why they're standing all the time. They're standing with 2 hands on the sleeves. But there will be an opening. You cannot continue doing this for ages. Oh, again,
that was a nice Cianagi again. So close once more. Howell will have to be very careful on that. That's a couple of deep Cianagis we've seen now from Timo.
Yeah, she ducks underneath, but really fast. But then afterwards, there's no power.
She's very fast of executing it, but no real finish to it. It seems to stop no sooner as she gets to the Niwaza. It's like she throws in and buries. Well, a couple of seconds before we now head into golden score. Well, it's been quite an interesting one, but not a match you could call at this particular time. Both have strengths. The Cianagi from Timo is very dangerous. A couple of times she's shown that. Howell has that Makikomi, but she doesn't favour the Niwaza. She's had a couple of battles down in the ground. Timo with one. She doesn't favour the Niwaza. She's had a couple of battles down in the ground. Timo with one Judo as she enters in this golden score. Tries to throw that arm over the top. Howell takes the sleeve. Tries to work with the sleeve. Timo comes in with that Cianagi, but this time blocked. Anticipated well and blocked from Howell. Now Howell looking for an opportunity down in the ground as she digs in deep. Turns her over. Now looks for the shimiwaza, but I think it was across the face, yeah. As you can see the referee signalling that. Well, drop there, but it wasn't very strong of an attack. Returned by Howell again. Neither one of those techniques were that good.
Totally no upward motion, nothing. So they jump down and hope that the other one will, fall over.
Cross grip there from Timo. Now she changes her grip, but she's on the lapel. Comes in for a Sodi attempt, tries to take her off to the side.
This was a good one.
That was a good change of direction there, wasn't it?
But because Howell is strong in the kumikata, every time knows how to break the arm, the right arm the grip from Timo. That's also why Timo only can execute the left seonages. She has absolutely no chance of making a right attack.
Well, there was a good opportunity there for Hal. She came over the top deep onto the belt, and she just lost the foot there. She was looking for the Kojigak and just missed out. But it was a nice move there with a lot of potential.
But it's every time it's the same. It's
a little bit repetitive, isn't it?
Timo starts trying to get the right hand on the judo gi of Howell. Howell breaks that grip. And then for Timo, the only solution is to make an attack here. The right hand, and now again it's already broken by Howell. Here she will try it again. Now she has the right hand, but you see what Howells do. Oh, this was really close.
It was close.
Good makikomi.
Well, at the moment, looking at what we're seeing, we've got Timo looks a little bit repetitive, and
Howell also.
And Hal has got just a couple of more different sort of techniques from the Kojigak. There was a chance there, the makikomi.
But this was also quite okay.
But they're very, very weak attacks at this moment. Timo picks up a second Shido. Hal.
Now she has the grip.
She's got a chance here now, Timo.
She has the grip now, but.
Hey, gosh, that wasn't nice.
And again, the right hand is now under control by Howell.
Yeah, well, now Howell have got to be careful in attempting that style of technique. Well, it wasn't a technique, but she'll pick up a Shido, I'm sure, for that. There's a couple of times we've seen it. I think they gave her the benefit of the doubt the first time, but the second time she's picked up that Shido. Got to be careful there. A little bit under pressure. She comes over the top on the belt. This is where we've seen a bit better. This time she connected with the foot, but really didn't get enough drive off the back leg to take her opponent to the rear.
But we can make the conclusion that the judo in this bronze medal contest isn't the best judo.
That was a good entry, but she just once more lost her footing. Her upper body wasn't in any control. She had made so much drive, but left herself short in the entry. So ran out of space there. Oh, that's a Shido. Shido. And Timo will pick up the last one. She knows it.
I don't understand why every time she did the same. Every time she started with the right hand, approached Howell with the right hand. For Howell it was really easy to counter that,
yes.
To control the right arm of Timo.
Well, there's a win for Gemma Howell of Great Britain. Bronze medalist in the Grand Slam Paris.
And you see how happy she is. So maybe not the most beautiful win in her life, but definitely a good win, winning a bronze medal at the Grand Slam.
Yeah, well, for Howell, she's a battler. There's no doubt about it. She really digs in deep. Possibly limited in the technical expertise, but what she brings to a tatami is a lot of heart, determination and power. And this can knock the best in the world off their pedestal. And here you see a couple of the highlights. There was some interesting moves in the Niwaza. She also had that Kojigak. Very short in getting the score, but definitely there was a change of direction. Sadly for Timo, that Seoinage seemed to be the only option that she had. And it fell short each time she attempted it. Now we come to the bronze medalists of the under 90 kilo category. This is Axel Clerget in France in the white, Noel Vantien in blue. And as we all know, Noel Vantien, current world champion, and Clerget, world bronze medalist. Clerget on form at the beginning of this year, has taken a gold medal in Tel Aviv a couple of weeks ago. So he's looking good. He has been very sharp today. And will this be a percentage over Noel Vantien of having this home crowd supporting him all the way here for this?
But if you would say that in the beginning of this Paris Grand Slam that this is the only nil chance of a medal in 2 days for France, they would say you're crazy. Also, of course, with Teddy Riner and a few other guys who are capable of winning medals. But this is their chance for one bronze medal.
It's their strong. I think it's one of their strongest, based on performances here today.
True.
I think it's one of their chances, one of big chances they've got.
For me, it's good to see Noel van den fighting for the medals. Of course, the reigning world champion.
Noel's had some solid performances here today. He has been challenged on a few times, but he's kept his composure and has really shined out of being world class, hasn't he?
Yes.
It's a massive difference from what we've seen at the beginning of last year to what we're seeing this year from this man. He's really come out of his shell. That the maturity and the fact that he's got that title of being world champion, I think has made that slight difference. He's moved up a different class.
Yeah, and I think he made a lot of progress in the way he's fighting. He's always strong in the kumikata, but sometimes in the fights, after a few minutes, you could see that he gave it up a little bit. But I don't see this anymore,
right.
Especially at this, for him, beautiful day in Tokyo, where he was absolutely top form.
Oh, that was amazing performance.
Then that there's a danger of the left Sodes.
Clerget tries to get over the top.
Yeah, but then directly you see the way Noel van den is grabbing his sleeve, not just in a normal posture, but like, with
ready for the next move.
Thumbs up to jump underneath.
Well, we're not halfway, and Clerget already 2 Shidos on the board. Not a good start.
And also one for Van den.
Got to be careful in the defense there from Noel.
So I think they will settle the score in Shidos, yeah. So we are 2 minutes in the fight, and it's completely open now.
Yeah.
Because they cannot escape anymore. They cannot make false attacks. And I think this will be a really tough fight for Van den. Of course, the crowd is yelling for Clerget. They want to see this medal. Everybody came here today.
For Teddy Riner.
For not only for Riner, of course, but well, they have a better day if one of the French male judoka can win a medal. He looks really strong now. He knows that he cannot open up too much, because then Noel van den can make his attacks, but difficult, I think, out of this position with the 2 hands on the lapels.
Very compact, aren't they? There, very little room for manoeuvring here. Clerget working.
This is really pushing. I think if Noel van den now gets out.
Oh, that was a bit.
I think it was too much pushing from Clerget. But I hope they can continue. They're giving Noel van het End a Judo.
Well, I wouldn't be as cocky as he is there, sort of listening. And
this is the advantage you have, I think, to fight in your own country. Because I disagree about this.
I would have let that one go because I wouldn't have called it either way. I thought both had a part to play in that connection.
So Clerchet took a risk because he was already pushing Noel, but it still looked like a judo move. But then in the end, he was really pushing hard. Maybe Noel could have make it bigger, like to just step out of the mat, like really clear, like, look, he's pushing me out.
But then it's a risk, isn't it? Because he might have got caught for stepping out. It's a hard one. I thought, to be honest, I would have let that one ride as far as a refereeing position, because I really, you could see faults in both of them, but I could clearly see with the positioning of Noel that his legs were so far out and he was trying to brace back in to the contest area, although his feet were out.
But then again, if you're in that situation, don't get into the corner of a tatami, and if you're in that corner, there's still a lot of movement you can make to the left or to the right.
Yeah.
Of course, when you have somebody with a good satse or something, he's pushing you forward just to make use of this rotation, but that's not something Clerchet does.
Yeah, and I think what we can't forget is that that was accumulation of 3 Shidos, 2 of them before the first half of the contest. So they both put themselves in a very dangerous situation. Yep. So you've really got to take responsibility. If either one of them makes a mistake, you lose a match, don't it? But they've got themselves to blame.
Look what's happening here. So this still looks like judo. This is the moment. This is really, he really is pushing, but Noel van het End also had a chance to circle to the left side. That's not what he did. But yeah, it's always a shame that a fight has to end like this, because of course you want to see judo, but these are the rules. And fighting for his home crowd, maybe it gave him a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, I think, I agree with you on that point.
The next contests are bronze medal contests for women under 78 kg. Koszakova, Krasny Krasien, catégorie féminine, moins de 78 kg. Ancien sur tatami, referee from Turkey, Mr. Nedim Bayat. On the other tatami, referee from the Republic of Korea, Yusuki.
So now we come to the bronze medal match for the under 78 kilo category. And this is against Japan's Yumeki, 2018 World Masters champion and 2017 World Silver medalist. She's up against Opateka. There's the video. World Championships 5th place, but European Games gold medalist. Well, it looks like Opateka won't be participating, so Yumeki takes the bronze medal. So well done to Japan. Well, we can move along to the other channel where you'll see the other bronze medal. Antomoshi from Cuba and Chimeo of France.
and gentlemen, welcome to the final, women over 78 kilos. Et maintenant, la finale féminine, moins de 78 kilos. Referee
Well, here we have the bronze medalist for bronze fight for the under 100 kilograms. And this is Shadi Elnahaz of Canada in the white. And we have Adamian of Russia in the blue. Now looking at the results of these, they've fought twice. And both times the Russian has defeated the Canadian. So will this be the third time in a row, or will Elnahaz get an opportunity to come back and bring it into a 2-1 situation? Some good, impressive results throughout the year. We have Elnahaz, 21 years of age, and he's ranked number 8 in the world ranking list. And he's had 4 medals in total, 2 Grand Slam medals and 2 Grand Prix. Adamian, 13th in the world ranking, 1 year older than his opponent, and in 2017 was junior world silver medalist, but also last year was gold medalist in Ekaterinburg Grand Slam.
And reigning European champion, Adamian, and the Russians have a lot of good fighters at this moment in the 100 kilo category. I think their pick for the Olympics can be Ilyasov, but Adamian is really in his neck. Sankisiev, Denisov, Bilalov, yeah, it's a big...
It's a long list, isn't there?
A big group of guys who win medals at all the tournaments.
What a randori session that could be, huh?
I think sometimes it happens that when they're all... I had some training camps there in Russia, and that was always a hard time because they have a lot of good, strong fighters. Mm. But let's not forget Elnahaz, who had a really good day today, and I like his judo. But is he strong enough to break the power of Adamian?
Oh, well, that was a nice entry there. Big Harai caught just across the head. Managed to get in front, and sometimes you always feel that there's a danger.
I think it's Osaikomi.
Yep, that
was a really good Newaza.
Once again, we've seen some really spectacular Newaza, haven't we? Some great moves from quite a lot of world-class athletes. It has been very impressive throughout the past couple of days.
Look at Adamian.
Adamian made easy work of that, didn't it?
He looked like a lion, you know, has like a deer in his mouth, like just waiting until the referee called Ippon.
He wasn't going to let go of his...
No. It was Elnahaz who tried a really big Haragoshi, came in the ground, and Adamian rolled him over really fast. Maybe we can see the replay. Good bronze medal for him. Selfie time with one of the French fans.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice result. And another one to the collection of already a list of world-class athletes to produce again a great medal. Couple of short time for an autograph. Hope she looks after that. You could end up being an Olympic champion one day.
Here it was, the good attempt by El Nas.
That was a strong attack there, that really was. He
But
just
look,
lost control.
look the way Adamian did that. He grabbed his own sleeve, inside his own sleeve. So it started out as a strangle. And to prevent from the strangle, El Nas had to roll over straight into the Osai Komi. Look, he has his own sleeve.
That's very impressive there, isn't it? And he's actually pushing, levering on the back of the head there.
This is something, just look at it. And if you're a trainer, a coach, a sensei somewhere, and this is something you can do on Monday on the training
yes,
sessions. Yeah,
right.
like.
That's a crucial point on it. The arm around the head. If you'd let that go, he would have loosened up.
Yep.
The head would have been able to spin and he could have got out of there. But the fact that you had that arm around the back of the head, it was levering upwards, giving him no room to maneuver.
And the way he grabbed his own sleeve, just narrowing the gap in between the arm and the head of El Nas. Really good newaza. The other tatami, still the fight for the second bronze medal against Bojan Dosen from Serbia and Michael Korol from the Netherlands. After that, the final for men under 100 kilo, we will return for the bronze medal contest for women over 78 kilograms.
et messieurs, veuillez applaudir les médaillés de la catégorie des moins de 78 kilos. Mesdames et messieurs, petit rappel, nous vous demandons de bien vouloir rester en place, et ce, après la dernière finale, afin d'honorer tous les judokas médaillés, s'il vous plaît. Par respect pour les judokas, merci de...
Well, here we have the last of the women's weight categories, the plus 78 kilos. And we have the bronze medalist match, the Sonia Elisa of Algeria, 39 in the world ranking. And she's up against Beatriz Souza of Brazil, world ranked number 16. Well, looking at the statistics, you would say that this is going to be a foregone conclusion, but we've seen some real upsets throughout the day. So we've just got to sit back and wait for the action to start. Asila from Algeria, 4 times continental champion. Souza, 21 years of age, from Brazil. Junior world silver medalist back in 2018, and under her belt last year had 2 Grand Prix medals and 2 Grand Slams, one of them being a gold medal in Brasilia.
Well, there's a big difference between those both players. Souza absolutely a lot bigger than Asila.
Well, what was apparently missing here for this event was the likes of Sone, Asahina and Ortiz, some of the world top ranked plus 78 kilos.
Nice Aragoshi already for Ippon. And well,
it was a job done, wasn't it, really? I think it was expected. The Algerian, it was going to be a tall order for her based on results.
For the Algerian, I think really good that she was in the final block. I hope she's not too injured.
Maybe landed a little bit heavy there, but maybe more pride, hopefully.
Well, she can be, of course, not that happy with a 5th place, but still I think for her a real good result. And you could see that the difference was, it was too big. You know,
it was like night and day as far as the match-up for this bronze medal. It definitely was a bit of a mixed match. But like you say, it was a good result for her to get 5th place in such a strong competition. 39 athletes participate, which is a large number for the plus 78s.
Here we see it again. It was a nice twist though, with a small touch to the left leg, and then she got over to the other side here. Tick, tick. Yeah, that was nice. Nice, nice touch.
I like the way you said that. Tick, tick.
Yeah, tick, tick.
Tick,
yeah.
tick, and talk.
Tick,
over
tick.
And talk.
Bam. Yep.
Bam, wham, she's over. Well, that was definitely a great finish for a good performance from the Brazilian. And she'll be delighted with that bronze medal.
And her coach as well.
Yeah, I love that coach. I think she is so great, so dramatical.
Yeah, gives so much energy.
She does. She fights harder than the
I love
athletes.
it. Yeah.
She fights all the way with her athletes. She's got a big heart. So now we come to the last of the weight categories in the men's plus 100 kilograms, and we're covering the bronze medal. Andy Granda of Cuba in the white and Rafael Silva in the blue, representing Brazil. Andy Granda, 28 years of age, 4 years younger than his opponent, 32. The Brazilian, 2 times Olympic bronze medalist, 2012 and 2016. And an impressive lineup and results over a decade of world-class judo. Andy Granda from Cuba, world rank 22, and the last medal on the world tour was back in 2018, and that was a silver medal in Cancun. Both of them have met twice, and both times Silva has defeated his opponent. The last time was back in 2019 in the Pan American Championships. So statistically, it looks like the Brazilian has the edge on this match.
Yeah, for me it's a surprise that they only fought 2 times.
Yeah, with such a long career
yeah,
based
and
for both of them.
like Cuba and Brazil, so you would have expected that they saw each other a little bit
in the Continentals.
more often. Yeah, in the Continentals.
Possibly have, and maybe have just not registered those. But saying that, they registered that the last time they fought was in the Pan American Championships, and that was last year. Well, there seems to be a considerable size difference between them. Silva towering over his opponent.
That is with almost every competitor against Rafael Silva. He's really one of the biggest guys around. Still has some good judo moves.
For the big man, he is quite agile, isn't he?
Yeah, before I always thought he was a bit static on the judo mat, but they have another quite okay judoka from Brazil with David Moura.
Yes.
And so there was a bit of competition between these two, and I think that was also good for Rafael Silva, because he had to show some more than he sometimes did. And
well, it kept the competition alive, didn't it? And kept them on their toes, and to reinvent themselves all the time. And that's where it's always important. And that's where you gain success, is when you've got that depth within a weight category in the same country. The Shido apiece, 2 minutes, 17 seconds.
Yeah, still I think it's Silva who showed a little bit more with those Uchimata attempts. I think for Granda it's important that he doesn't stand still. He has to move Silva around to actually make a chance. But, well, that's also not the most easy thing to do, because Silva is of course really strong and heavy.
Granda attempting, as you can see, with that left hand, pulling on the lapel, trying to draw his opponent onto him, where he comes in with an attempt of a Koichi Ouchigari and then going to the opposite side for a Seanagi move. But
I saw
like
Andy Granda. I now see him a few years, and I don't know his actually weight, but he looks more like a 100 kilo player.
Yes.
Look at this Newaza here.
Oh,
just
like a big crocodile roll, isn't it?
Crocodile roll, yeah. Big crocodiles, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see that in the repechage fight, Andy Granda threw Roy Meyer with an absolutely stunning soda.
That was a nice.
But then the weight difference and the difference in height is not as big as it is in this bronze medal contest. You can see that Andy Granda lacks a little bit of power and a little bit of mass to really get Rafael Silva in trouble with this Sionage.
And the longer this contest goes, the burnout that Andy Granda will have. Again, once more, he anchors down on that.
This is
lapel.
The way he has to do it, but you see, he cannot. This is good. This is good.
Well, the more attacks he puts in, the less chance for Silva catching him with the big one, and piles the pressure on. Silva comes in with that Uchimata. Well, the physicalities of this match for Andy Granda is enormous, really. He's up against the weight difference, the height, and also the power.
Yeah, but that's what he knew when he attempted to be the heavyweight in the heavyweight section. That's also sometimes, I think, the heaviest person I ever fought to was 212 kilos from Spain.
Crikey.
Ruano. Well,
that's
and that man was still capable of doing some nice haragoshis to the left and to the right. So it is possible if you're a big bloke like Rafael Silva to still show some judo moves.
Got a double lapel grip there. Silva hooks in again once more for what looks to be a bit of an Ouchigari and switches it to the Uchimata. And we're into the golden score now. Still no closer to throwing. Two Shidos, one apiece.
And Andy Granda takes a lot of time every time to fix his judo-gi.
I must admit, I don't blame him.
No, okay, but the referee said now, like, come on, hurry up a little bit.
Granda there with the lapel sleeve grip.
Here's
bounces
Uchimata
off
again. Second Judo for Andy Granda now on the board.
Puts a little bit more extra pressure on him to put a few attacks in.
I think Rafael Silva will try to get the double lapel grip again. And we'll throw in the Uchimata because for Andy Granda it's really difficult to escape from this or to do something with it. This is a Wazari.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Well, it looked, yeah, I thought it was a Wazari there as well. I was more concerned of his leg, the way it twisted on the knee. I was focused on that more than the landing, to be honest. But they haven't given it a score. He managed just to get off.
Well, there was absolutely, he was trying to do the Uchimata and they just he fell the other way, but it was still, for me, it was that he fell not because he slipped or something. But so still a chance for him to battle himself back into this contest.
Well, if he doesn't get another Judo, he's really got to be first on the attack, Granda. Needs to put 1 and 2 in himself.
Well, now he has a better grip. Now he can do something out of... But you see it costs such a... It's cost a lot of energy to drag Silva around.
It's not easy at all. Yeah.
Now he has the double lapel grip again. So the Uchimata will follow. Oh, the other side.
Oh. Silva towers and bears his weight right on the top of Granda.
Just try to push him on his back. Not with an attack, but... hoping that Andy Granda would roll over.
Oh, Uchigari. Oh,
that's a really nice Uchigari. And that was the first time Rafael Silva made a difference, a change in his grip.
And a change of direction, really.
Yeah, but he grabbed Granda on the back all the time. He had like the 2 lapels grip. And that was for Silva. There was absolutely no chance for Granda to throw him. But he changed his own tactics. He grabbed Granda on the back, and that gave Granda the chance to come a lot closer to the body of Silva and changed it really nice with this Uchigari.
That was a nice finish.
Yep.
And you'll be delighted with that, and a good throw, good ending.
Yeah, worked hard for it, had a good day.
And he'll be delighted with that. Well, that's the last of the matches here on this tatami, and it's been a delight to follow the progress throughout the past couple of days here in the Paris Grand Slam tournament. So it's all with says thank you for joining us, Loretta Doyle, and look forward to viewing again in the next Grand Slam event. There'll be Düsseldorf coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and then after that Marrakesh. So it's a goodbye from me.
And from Dennis van der Geest. We finish with this nice Uchigari, Andy Granda, bronze medal. And have fun with the final of the men over 100 kilograms. And we will see you next time.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.
Good job.
Merci. Oh, Axel. Bravo, Axel. Je t'ai fait.
C'est grave. Mais il attendra son même temps. Et Philo, à qui? Parce qu'il y a un ramené. Oh, bah oui, j'espère.
main.
Yes.